Finish the cross braces to join the top of the wooden panels, you're at a point that you are ready to add your design to the wooden panels. So in order to do that, you will need to sketch on the wooden panel. To show you an example and to show you some of the sketching tools to be able to do complex design, I will demonstrate by adding a new sketch onto the front here of my original wooden panel. So there it is, face of Extrude 1, which was my first extrusion, my first wooden panel. I'm going to spin it round to be in 2D. I'm going to move my mouse wheel forward like so. So I'm making my work as big as possible on the screen. So we know how the rectangle tool works because we've been drawing that for our panels. What we need to do is perhaps understand some of these other tools. So first of all, quite simply, the line tool. The line tool allows us either to click on a point or not on a point and just draw straight lines. So I could do, for example, straight line across to the other side, which connects. It wants to, with the straight line tool, continue sketching, okay, with another line and another line. If you don't want that to happen, you press the escape button on the keyboard. So that was just a horizontal line. Of course, we could do the same with a vertical line, or we could do diagonal lines. So here is diagonal line going across my work. Press escape to finish. Or if you wanted to, you could do shorter lines. To the side of my work. Press escape to finish. So that uses the straight line tool. The next one that we could have a look at using is the circle tool. And there are different circles. If you click on the downward arrow here, as I just did, we can have the most typical, which is a center point circle, which is you click on where the center of the circle is going to be and draw the circle. Or we could use an ellipse or an oval shape. So, to show you a circle, I'm just going to draw a simple circle in here. Click once for the center and then drag out, and that gives me the measurement that you see on the screen is the diameter of the circle. Okay, so that one there is about 10.3 millimeters. And of course, if I left mouse click, it places it, and I press the D key, I can dimension that to be exactly 10 millimeters. If I press escape again, I get my arrow, and then I can actually move my circle anywhere I want to. So let's just keep it simple and keep it there. My ellipse tool, let's create a small ellipse next to it, just to demonstrate. So I click once for the center of my ellipse. I can move my mouse wheel and you can see I can do an angled ellipse shape. I click again and that places a fixed point for the width of my ellipse, and now if I move my mouse, as you can see, is the height of my ellipse. So click off like so. If I press the dimension tool, I could dimension the total width, so let's say 7.5, and the total height. Depending on where you click, will give you the measurement. So let's change that to be 4. So there is the ellipse tool. We've got things such as an arc tool. Okay, let's just click on the downward arrow. You can see we have different types of arc that we can do. So the most common one that people use is the 3-point arc, which is kind of like a semicircle because it's using a circle as its center point. Another really good one is also a conic one. This means you can get a distorted arc. So to show you what I mean, I'm going to move my work just down to the bottom here. Okay, we'll get our arc tool. I'm going to choose a 3-point arc to begin with. So I'm going to click on this side. As you can see, there's one point that's clicked. I'm moving my mouse Here's my second point, which I'll select here. Okay, and then it has my center point, which is basically what I want to do next. So if I click, let's say there is my 3-point arc. Let's change that to be a conic arc, and hopefully you can see the difference this time. So I'm going to select 1 point here. I'm going to select second point here, but this time, because it's not fixed by being a circle, I can move it to one side or another. So let me do, there's my shape this time, slightly different. We have also got shapes that are pre-drawn within here, so we can do things like an inscribed polygon or a circumscribed polygon which is surrounded by a circle. So let's do this one just to show you how this works. I'm going to do a small polygon out of here, so I'm going to click once and you can see that I can spin it round. So here is my polygon shape, something like that. And then after I have clicked, you can see that what happens is, based on the circle, is based on the number of sides that we want our polygon to have. So I can be ridiculous, 7-sided pentagon, just like so. So there we go. And that places my work. And then 2 more tools that you may wish to use. This one is the Spline tool. Spline tool is very good at drawing shapes, random shapes. So what I mean by that is I'm going to sketch the bottom here so you can see. So the Spline tool works by you click once and it draws a line, a straight line between 2 points. So let me click here, but as soon as I then click and move my mouse, it bends the line through that point. So you can see that that point does not move now, but the line changes. So if I'm going to click again here, so this is how we can do curvy lines, and what happens now is the whole line bends to adjust to me moving this point. Let me do that again. So you can draw quite complex shapes using the Spline tool, like so. Press escape to finish. If I press escape again, if I'm not happy with any of these points, I can click on a point and I can move it. And that goes with any of our shapes, not just spline. I could grab this point here, move that one. Notice both move together because both were still selected. If I click off it, now let's click on another point. Only that one is selected. So only that point should move, like so. Okay, sometimes you might just have to undo, go back a step, or just hold down the mouse button a little bit longer. So there is most of the tools. The only one that I haven't covered is the text tool. So very quickly, to show you the text tool, I'm going to draw a straight line across. I'm going to draw another straight line across over here, like so. Press escape. I'm going to show you the text tool by zooming in. I'm just going to click once for the bottom of my text. It's like drawing a text box. Then it opens my default text. So let me do Bill, like so. You choose your font that you want. So we'll keep it as that. And we'll choose bold, and we'll click OK. And there is Bill. I can then grab a corner, I can move the text like so, or if I grab the bottom left corner, I can resize the text. So top right allows me to move it, bottom left allows me to resize. Okay, just like so. So let's say I've got my text, something like that. If it snaps like this, you can press delete by selecting it, which then will allow you to move it again. So sometimes that happens and it snaps to the side of your work. You just click on the icon and then press delete. So here is Bill. Now I'm just moving it ever so slightly, just trying to get Bill a slightly bigger size. Kind of looks right, I think. Yeah, and accept. So now I've got those shapes, I could spin my work round, press extrude. Excuse me. Let's start by getting that part there, you can see, so I could extrude that way into my work, okay, by 3.5 millimeters, adding the material, accept, and you can see that now that joins with there. Notice now I've just clicked off it, it looks like my sketch has disappeared. It hasn't, my sketch is here, it's just hidden. So right mouse click, okay, and we can just go show, which shows my sketch again. Let's click on the extrude tool, let's click on that shape, let's go in, let's go back, change that to be 3.5, the thickness of our wooden panel, check that add is on. Okay, let's do Bill, extrude. Okay, now then, there's Bill. Okay, but we want to go the other way. We can't see our arrow at the moment, so let's choose that tool. Let's choose 3.5, adding the material, just like so. Okay, so you can see, and then finally we could add something like our arc at the bottom, 3.5, possibly this arc here, like so. And there is our shape. If you then suddenly decide, oh, I need these cut out, you can just click the extrude tool, drag it through and choose remove. Extrude tool, drag it through, choose remove. Something like that. Although this hasn't worked as I wanted, so I will just investigate. So now you need to draw your own design.